Thank you for joining me. I'm Esther from Stampin Star Creations, and I got this journaling Bible for Christmas and I decided to record what I was doing. So I've gone ahead and used some Liquitex gesso to prepare my page, and I experimented with some wording and I am tracing this through the page. I'm so glad that I saw this tip before I decided just to write straight in the Bible, because it is quite tricky to get things right. My wording and lettering isn't perfect, but I just want to be able to just get something down into the Bible rather than worrying too much about spacing and things like that. So underneath this I'm just tracing through the letters and just experimenting with different lettering that I've come up with. I like the idea of just keeping it simple to start with and just have black lettering before experimenting too much. I quite like this block lettering idea where all the words sort of fit into a shape. The pen I'm using is EK Tools journaling pen, so this is ideal for writing, doing journaling, and for it says for everyday writing and journaling, and it's I can't think of the name, I can't think about archival, that's the word, and it's 0.45mm, so it's quite a nice nib to write with. I go over the lettering and just adding in some extra depth in some of the letters, and just to make it look a bit more fancy. Part of the verse speaks about the heart. It says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps," hence the heart at the top, and I've just added some vine leaves at the bottom. I'm using my Stampin' Up watercolor pencils. These come in a nice range of colours. I was a bit scared to go straight into the Bible with this, so I'm just experimenting in my journal to make sure it works alright. I didn't want to muck it up after doing the writing. I just wanted to check it wasn't going to go through to the other page, and thankfully using that gesso obviously prepares your page. So I wanted to do a slightly ombre effect, so going in a bit darker at the top and then working lighter down to the bottom and just incorporating different colours. So this darker blue I'm using is Pacific Point. And then I add in some Bermuda Bay, working around the heart because I wanted to leave that blank. I was tempted to colour it red, but I thought it was a bit cliche, so I decided to leave it blank. I wanted the word Lord to stand out and be highlighted, so I go in with the yellow, which is Daffodil Delight. And then back in with Bermuda Bay, and then finishing off with Old Olive, because I wanted the vines to be green. And using an aqua pen, just carefully brushing that off to the side. And this just transforms that colour once you've got it on the page. I was a bit scared to go over the writing. I was worried that it'd bleed and something would happen, but amazingly it didn't. So I just thought, oh, do you know what, you just got to go for it sometimes and see what happens. Didn't want to overload my brush too much with water, so I'm just squeezing a little bit out on the side and brushing that off. It did actually go through to the other side a bit, the water did. I think that was just where, I don't know how it got there actually, I think it was just from the page underneath, so just be careful when you do this to make sure you move your paper out of the way, don't get water in on the other side. I used the Daffodil Delight just to highlight the verse because I wanted to show what verse I was working from to do the journaling. And there it is. I really enjoyed doing this first entry, and hopefully here's to many more.